how's it going, guys? Thanks for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the support, and it's great hearing from you guys in the comment section below. In this video, me and my dog Wendell here, took the four-wheeler. We're heading out towards Hillsborough here in New Brunswick, Canada. We got a nice spot picked out here beside a beautiful river. We got the hot tent set up with a G stove inside, lots of firewood. We're going to cook a big steak, have a few beer, so I hope you guys stick along, and make sure to leave me a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. It really helps out, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned. Alright guys, how's it going? Thanks for clicking on my video. Back again here, heading out from the Riverview area. We're going to go for an overnight camp in a hot tent. Me, my dog Wendell here, he's running. So we're heading out, going for an overnight camp. It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. We're practicing our social distancing. Seems to be the hot word on the internet today. So yeah, we're gonna head out. I know a nice spot right by the river. I was there before in one of my videos. Gonna set up my hot tent and gonna have a fire and cook up a nice steak. So it should be a good trip for sure. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys stick along. So yeah, the trails are great today. I'm sure if it was a little bit colder, they'd be a little icier, but it's pretty warm. So the trails, I think, are melting just a bit. So it makes for great traction. As you guys can see, they're super smooth. I get so many comments on how lucky I am to have trails. And that's true for sure, but it's all because of the volunteers of all the different clubs, and there's a ton of clubs here in New Brunswick, and they partner kind of with the New Brunswick ATV Federation to divvy up money, and the more club members you have, I think the more money you get type deal. But and of course the government too, it could be like in Nova Scotia where the government doesn't really get behind the ATVs and snowmobiles, it doesn't seem like. But here in New Brunswick, they like it. It's good tourist attraction. So, you know, Wendell here, let him run for a while, get that initial energy out of him. So, if anyone's wondering, I just went by the T in the road. I'm on trail 3205. The T in the road. If you go the other way, it's 3211. And if you're out here and you're kind of confused on the numbers of the trails, don't worry about that too much. 32 is just the club number, so the Albert County Trailblazers is Club 32. And 05, which is the trail I'm on, is the number 5 trail. So that should make it a little bit easier for you guys to remember. So you guys can see this little section here is where obviously it gets more direct sunlight, so it's still a little bit muddy. I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like this most of the way on this trail, but we'll see. a nice section of the 3205. It's really not much of a nice trail other than clear cuts back there, but this part is really nice coming through the hardwoods. I just stopped here at the shelter, a little break, had to change the GoPro battery. Been a nice day so far. I thought I'd show this too, the caution tape. Right now, all of the clubs, warming shelters and stuff are all closed because they don't want a bunch of people in there, you know, social distancing and stuff with the coronavirus. Sort of sucks, but something that needs to be done for sure. I think people should definitely take it serious. But so yeah, all the clubs, they'll have this caution tape over it, and you're not supposed to go in there. So that's just for the time being, and I'm sure once this is all gone, we'll get back to business as usual. We're gonna hit the trail though. Well, just leaving Guy's Chalet. I'm gonna head back out. This is the old rail bed that goes right from Salisbury to Hillsborough. If anyone was out, wanted a nice, easy to drive with your wife or your kids, this would be a good one to take for sure. So yeah, I guess we'll talk about what everybody seems to be talking about, this virus. First off by saying that I hope everybody is taking it serious and you're listening to the medical officials and people that actually know about it, not some trucker that posts a YouTube video saying that it's a conspiracy or something. I think you guys should definitely take it serious. I know I am, but my wife is pregnant. She's working from home, so that's good. She doesn't have to go out. But my job, I'm considered an essential, so I have to go out every day to work as normal and hope that I don't contract it and bring it home to my pregnant wife, which is, it is what it is. But luckily for me, I work with a real small group of guys, and generally we're not around like cities or anything. We're always normally out in the country, to be honest with you, which I like. But yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe and taking the extra precautions, washing their hands, social distance, all that good stuff. But you know, you see a lot of stuff on the news, and you gotta hope that karma is real, because I know it's down the States, but we mostly get Canadian news up here. But we got there was people that rushed right out when this all happened, and they bought pallets of like paper towel, toilet paper, Lysol wipes, and then they went and were selling it for profit on sites like Kijiji or Craigslist or online type thing, which to me is, I don't even know how somebody could look at themselves in the mirror after doing something like that. I'd feel so guilty. But luckily those sites all made it so that you're not allowed to sell that stuff on their sites, so those people are stuck now with pallets of all that stuff that everybody kind of needed. Like, I think of all the seniors that it's most dangerous for them, and they couldn't even get like a roll of toilet paper because these idiots all took it all, and the old people are the most at risk. So I think karma came, bit them in the ass, and I honestly hope
I hope they're stuck with those pallets of things for the rest of their life, and it just, every time they go to their garage, they see it and just remind them of how much of a prick they are. So that's my rant about that. Hope you guys are all being safe, and that's all I'll say about the virus. So we're still just motoring down the old rail bed here. Trails are great, to be honest with you. The snow is kind of packy, so you get great traction. Just got to keep an eye out for people coming behind me or on blind turns. You got to watch out for people going a little too fast. It's a really pretty drive through here for sure. So we're just coming up to the trail intersection here. So this is the 3201 going that way down the hill. But yeah, we're gonna keep going. Gorgeous day. It's supposed to be pretty warm. It's gonna be about +7, and I think it's gonna get down to -7 tonight. So we're gonna not make the same mistake I made last time. I'm gonna make sure I get lots of firewood. Of course, I brought some nice beers with me. Really nice ribeye steak. Gonna cook that over an open fire. And of course, the most important thing to bring, my dog Wendell. Get a lot of questions about him. He's a Parson's Russell Terrier, so he's like a Jack Russell, but they have a little bit longer legs and a more square snout, where Jack Russell has a pointy snout. But he's a great companion to bring along. He's high energy, so he loves to run. You gotta watch him around other animals and stuff though, because it's bred into him to chase and go after rats and everything, so sometimes he thinks he's bigger than what he is. Little dog syndrome, huh? See? Lady out walking her dogs. Oh, Wendell, don't even think he even seen the dogs. He's looking behind me now. I think he sees them now. I'm pretty slow on the reaction there, Wendell. Alright, so when you get to the end of the railway tracks there, you're going to come to this road that I'm on. You just turn right, and then you'll come to this T right here, which is the #1 trail. So if you guys remember back at that intersection, I said you can get on the 3201, which would be this trail right here, the #1 trail. So when we go home, we'll probably take that trail. Take the #1 trail, way we don't always take the same way. So once you hit this #1, it's just down over the hill. You'll have a sharp turn down here. You're gonna have to watch it because it might be icy. Doesn't look too bad. And then before you cross the bridge, let's take a left-hand turn here. Alright, so this is where me and Dom came for our little date night in the woods. And it's kind of wet here, so I found I walked over around the point here, found a little better spot, I think. It's tight through here. Okay, right here. So yeah, I think this spot over here will probably be, it's definitely going to be sunnier. And there's lots of wood, so that's good.
Alright guys, I picked a different spot. Back there was a little bit wet. It's a lot more shaded and it looks like a lot more people will go there. So I just made my own path through the woods here. Came to this spot. Yeah, this spot's just basically right over here. So it's not too far, but at least I'm out of the way a bit. But I find it's a lot nicer here with the river. You guys can see there's lots of good firewood. Wendell's loving life. Check that out. Who does that look like?
Well done!
That's right, got my very own Wilson. Very own Wilson. That's funny. Anyways, I'm gonna get a little spot here, clear it up, and we're gonna pitch the tent. I just gotta get rid of some sticks and stuff first. Alright guys, as you can see, got the tent all set up there now. Sleeping situation is done. I'll show the changes I made to that later. Stove's in. So I'm just over here cutting up some wood there, so we'll be good and warm tonight. Alright, I think we got enough wood. Hopefully, if not, I got a piece right back here. It's easy to cut up. I might cut it up later actually. I have my new sleeping system. It's the same sleeping bag, -10, so they say, but I bought a reflective blanket and I have it folded over so it reflects the cold down and then reflects my heat back up. my wool blanket, and the sleeping bag. And obviously some dry clothes to throw on. Wendell's hanging out. I think he's tired. Tired, boy? Yeah, I think he's tired. So anyways, just had a few sips of water. I'm pretty hungry, so I'm gonna get the fire going so I can get my steak started. But we're gonna go into the fridge here and pick out a beer. What do we want? I'm just gonna have a plain old Coors, but we got some nice ones for later, so Coors Banquet.
Coors, the banquet beer.
Alright, gotta feed Wendell. And if I'm having steak, he's having steak. This is just a cheap steak. We'll buy like a big cheap one for $8-9 and then cut it up into 4s or cut it all up and cook it. Then freeze it for treats for him. So we're gonna give that to him now. You want your supper? Okay, get it. Alright, Wendell. Yeah, Wendell's fed, but he just picked out all of his steak pieces, of course, so he'll probably leave the kibble for a bit. He might eat it. He did a lot of running. He's probably hungry, so just enjoying this beer. We're gonna get the fire lit here now. Let that get burned down so I can get some coals and cook my steak on it. Got a nice ribeye coming up. People sometimes ask me what I put on my steak. Basically, I just rub both sides down with some avocado oil because it has a higher burning temperature. It doesn't smoke or burn. Then I'll put a little bit of granulated garlic or garlic powder on it on both sides, and then I'll take Montreal steak spice and put that lightly over both sides and pat it all in. And that's usually all I ever put on my steaks. Comes out good as long as you don't overcook them. Cheers. Burn my hand. Leaf slider as always. We can't lose to Boston in the playoffs if there's no hockey. I don't think any of the sports are coming back either. I think that's gonna be it, unfortunately. Picaroons Yippee IPA. Picaroons is Fredericton, Northampton Brewing Company, Fredericton, New Brunswick. We got the fire burning down. I got my steak out, nice thick ribeye. I think 2 of them were $35 or more, so get kind of hosed with the price of the meat. I also have some herb butter that I made. right. Got a feeling like this is going to be really good. Oh yeah. It's so good. It's probably the best steak I've ever cooked over an open fire. Gotta give a little piece to my buddy. Come here. Come. Sit. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. He didn't share any of his steak with me. I always share with him. The herb and garlic butter, you guys have to do that. It's a nice, I put it at about a medium rare. I doubt it's going to show up, and there's no way I'm getting up. I'm probably going to eat this, enjoy it, relax, give a little bit more to Wendell probably. And catch up with you guys after I'm done. Well, we're just drying out socks and boots in front of the fire here. Got pretty wet walking around here all day. It was pretty warm and the snow was wet, so try to dry this stuff out. I do have an extra set of big thick socks to wear when I go to bed, so I don't have to worry about that. I just try to dry these out right now. Sun is still up, starting to set though. Man, I was sitting here drying out my boots and my socks. I listened to a podcast. I kind of smelled something burning. Burned the toes of my socks. They weren't on my feet, of course. But, sort of sucks. Nice pair of redhead wool socks. They're garbage now. Well, it's starting to get pretty late. Sun's going down big time. Probably not too much longer before she's dark out. Starting to get cold. I got the winter coat on now. Supposed to get down to, I don't know, -7, -8 degrees Celsius tonight. So we're gonna let the fire burn out, try to dry our feet off. Then we're gonna head in the tent and we'll get the wood stove going. Hey boy, you tired? You're always on the lookout. So yeah, we're in the tent there now. Wendell, he's passed out. I got a blanket over top of him. It's nice and warm in here. I have the damper turned down on the stove and the one that my father put in my stovepipe. It seems to be working pretty good. When I had it full open and full of wood, the whole pipe going right up was red. So she was cooking big time. And now I'm just kind of playing with the damper on the stove. I have the one on the pipe pretty much closed. But I think we'll be okay for the night for sure. So I just I was working down in Debert, Nova Scotia. I stopped by Masstown Market, picked up smoked pork chops, a few other things. I picked up some of their butcher's pepperoni. I'm just gonna have a few pieces of fried pepperoni here tonight. A little snack. Got my mustard as always. I wish you guys could try this. Buy pepperoni, fry some in a pan with mustard. Well guys, starting to get pretty late. Not much gonna be going on, so probably just gonna head to bed here, listen to a podcast, hopefully fall asleep, and have a good night's sleep. I guess me and Wendell will see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning guys. Well, it's the next morning. It was much better sleep this time. Had lots of firewood, still lots left over. Just getting up here now. It's about 6:30. It was around 6:30 when I got up. It's a little later now, 6:45-ish. Woke up a few times through the night, every hour and a bit, to throw more wood in the fire, but all in all it was pretty warm. No complaints there at all. I already fed Wendell, so he already had his little steak breakfast with kibbles. Of course he didn't eat all of his kibble. So yeah, we're gonna get up and gonna get the kettle on and get some coffee going. first sip of coffee is always the best. Just try not to scald my face off here. It's a lot better than the powdered stuff. Fire's rolling. Wendell's kind of just hanging out. I think he's tired. But I'm sure once I get the bacon on, he's going to probably perk right up. So I'm just going to enjoy this coffee a little bit. We'll get breakfast on the go. Alright, bacon's just getting finished up. How do you boys like your bacon? If you say super crispy and burnt, I think you should go get checked out. You might be a serial killer. I think that there is pretty much perfect. Especially if you're making a sandwich. Got a couple more pieces because you know Wendell's got to have some. Okay. Little trick is always, they always have these little butters when you go to restaurants or Tim Hortons, stuff like that. They're always good for taking camping. Nice bacon and cheese sandwich. Alright, there it is. Cheese and bacon sandwich. So easy to make, but so delicious. Sourdough bread as always. I'm going to eat this, finish up my coffee, and I'll check back with you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we're all packed up there. I got the tent and everything down. I took my extra wood and stored it up in the tree, so if I come back, I'll have some firewood. Or, you know, if you're watching this video and you come here, maybe with your woman or something, you'll have some free firewood. But it's always a nice thing to do is just leave a little bit of firewood for the next person. I'm not going to say go cut down a tree just to leave firewood for the next person, but you can round up a bit. The bike's all geared up, and we're just about to hit the trail, so I'll catch up with you guys once we get going.
Right. We are taking off. Got the campsite all cleaned up, of course. So yeah, all in all, it was a really good camping trip. As long as we get home without a hitch, it'll be perfect. Here's where I was gonna camp. It's pretty icy and wet, so I just didn't want to deal with that. Under the trees. love this trail. I couldn't imagine owning this land. It'd be great. I tell you, I'd be getting rid of the beaver that's back there. He's making a real big mess of everything. It's starting to flood and killing the trees. Here's where these guys are driving over the ice into the river for some reason. It's a pretty icy hill. Probably should have had it in four-wheel drive, but I find the bighorns hook up pretty good in the snow, so anyone's looking for a decent snow tire and you do trail riding, these ones I would recommend for sure. So if you guys remember, here to the right, that's the way we came. We're gonna go this way home. It's gonna lead us to a big intersection. So I'm gonna take trail 3201. I just had to stop, send the message to the wife, let her know we were on our way out. I didn't have service, so she was a little worried about us. So let the parents and stuff know, let the wife know. Let Rendell run a bit. He was pretty tired. He was sleeping in the sun while I was packing everything up. And this is all snow, so I like him running on this. He doesn't get dirty. And it's not hard on his paws because it's not ice. Hey, you want to come up? You want to come up? You want to keep running? Not even breathing. Come. Hey, come here. Come. Wendell, come here. Oh yeah, there you go, buddy. That was your run for a little bit. I can't see as far on this trail ahead, so I'm always scared of somebody coming up a little too fast, not being able to stop or see the little guy. That's why I like putting his orange coat on. It doesn't blend in as much. This is a really nice part of this trail. It's all birch. It must have been clear cut at one time, and Irving never got their hands on it to make only softwoods grow. And the birch grow a little bit faster than say the Douglas firs and all that sort of stuff, the pine trees. So they take right over. It's just beautiful. All white. A lot of ice on this hill, so I'm trying to stay out of the ruts, so at least my tires can have a little bit of traction on that snow, but it's pretty tough. Right now my front was up on the out of the ruts, and the back was sliding in the ruts. Also too, this gives me a little bit more room in case somebody's coming around the corner a little too quick. I just put in four-wheel drive just to be safe. Also too, I don't know, a lot of people may not know, but driving your bike in four-wheel drive will actually help the trails a lot. If it's in two-wheel drive, when you're going up a hill and it's spinning, that's what will give you those bumps. You'll be going up and the whole back end will be kind of jittery, and that's why. So it's actually a good thing to drive in four-wheel drive in the winter all the time. I think I've shown this a few times. This is the big shelter that the Albert County Trailblazers built, and it houses their groomer, and I think they do like a barbecue or chili or something in the winter on you know, days that are going to be really busy. So that's pretty cool to see. It's a nice building, really nice. Alright, this is the big intersection I was telling you guys about. We would have passed here from left to right yesterday. So yesterday I kind of screwed up. I wasn't thinking I pulled out and went along the ice. Probably not a good idea this time of year. You should always just stay off the ice. Just a heads up. I wasn't even thinking. I got out there, I said, holy frig, what am I thinking now? That's a big beaver dam, so it's pretty deep right there too, so you definitely wouldn't want to fall through. This trail has been all mud like this, so I'm gonna have to go home and give the bike a wash for sure. I just got her down and low, just putting along. Wendell's kind of laying here on my lap.
Well, made her back to the truck. The GoPro battery died there, and I wasn't going to stop. It was a big mud hole everywhere. The whole way back was mud, so didn't want to stop and get Wendell all full of mud to let him down, so I just kept going. It wasn't much to see anyways. Seeing a bunch of bikes, so that was kind of nice to see. But yeah, all in all, it was a great trip. Gonna get home there now and hopefully get the bike all washed up and ready for the next ride. I hope you guys like the I zoomed in on myself. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah, so I hope you guys like the video. Let me know down in the comments. Thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell notification, then you guys will get updated whenever I post. Yeah, had a lot of fun making it. Yeah, I guess that's everything. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Wendell.